Thank you, Madam Speaker, and I yield myself such time as I might consume.
The gentlewoman is recognized.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. Madam Speaker, I rise in strong opposition to the Deny Women Health Care Act. Madam Speaker, congressional approval ratings are at an all-time low, and here is another example of why. Republicans in Congress have failed to fulfill their fundamental responsibility to our great nation again. Republicans have pushed America to the brink of another government shutdown, and we are a mere 5 legislative days away. Republicans in Congress have refused to sit down and negotiate a bipartisan appropriations plan, despite the urging of Democrats, business leaders, military service members, and citizens all across America. The bill brought to the floor today is an attempt by Republican leaders to distract the American public from their failure to do their job. Last spring, we urged Republicans in Congress to sit down and hammer out an appropriations plan. They refused. Instead, the Congress adjourned at the end of July. Nothing happened in August. And nothing has happened since the Congress has returned after Labor Day. Now, the Republican dysfunction in this House will have very serious consequences for our neighbors back home. A Republican shutdown would hurt thousands of disabled veterans, disadvantaged children, small businesses, working families, and taxpayers. The last time Republicans shut down the government for 16 days, the economy lost $24 billion and 120,000 private sector jobs. And here's what will happen. The Republican shutdown stalled veterans' disability claims, creating additional needless delays for our heroes seeking help. Hundreds of critically sick Americans were prevented from enrolling in the NIH clinical trials, with 98% of the National Science Foundation, nearly 3/4 of NIH, and 2/3 of CDC employees furloughed. Head Start grantees serving thousands of children were forced to close. American entrepreneurs and small businesses were cut off from millions of dollars in SBA loans. And small businesses with government contracts faced abrupt payment delays and cutbacks. And almost $4 billion in IRS refunds were delayed. The Republican Congress's continuing dysfunction and inability to govern are having real impacts on hardworking Americans. The American people are tired of their relentless failure to govern and the culture of crisis. Again and again, Republicans have chosen to put their radical special interest agenda ahead of the priorities of hardworking Americans. The American people deserve better, especially in this case, because the Deny Women Health Care Act is a cynical attack on the ability of women across America to receive the health services that they need at trusted Planned Parenthood clinics. And I know many are passionate about these personal issues. That's why the Republicans advanced this bill on this topic. They know it is sure to inflame passions. But to date, despite congressional inquiries into these false videotapes, there has been no wrongdoing uncovered whatsoever. No evidence to substantiate the allegations. What has emerged since the false videos were posted on YouTube is a coordinated, broad-based smear campaign based upon false, manufactured videos that are full of distortions and misinformation. The bill is one more assault in the long list of Republican assaults on women's health care over the last 2 decades. Because simply defunding Planned Parenthood would leave millions of American women without key preventative services, including birth control, family planning, life-saving cancer screenings, testing and treatment of infections, well-women exams, and advice on family planning. So at this time, I'll reserve the balance of my time.